Hello and welcome to this session highlighting the latest features with NetApp Data ONTAP 9.8. My name is Gareth Loynes. I'm the lead engineer at SNS. I'd like to welcome you today. We're going to take a look at the latest release. There are plenty of highlights here, whether you're already using ONTAP or are considering introducing NetApp into your environment. So let's begin. So in this current era of data management, NetApp have realized that it's not just good enough to have an outstanding ecosystem of products and services that work for on-premise use only. The key to realizing the true potential of the hybrid cloud is not to create more silos of data, perhaps stored in various formats across hyperscalers on-premise, but in fact to make the best of both of these and use one set of tools to manage and protect that data wherever it is. This will give you maximum flexibility with regards broad application support, multiple funding options through either a CapEx or an OpEx subscription model, and the ability for your existing support teams to manage that data across all tiers using common tools. This will help to reduce training overheads, time to launch for new applications and services, and much more. So now a little introduction to NetApp ONTAP. So ONTAP is NetApp's flagship data management solution. It provides enterprise-class support for multiple protocols, multiple deployment methods, hybrid cloud integration, and proven storage efficiencies. So let's take a look at one of the key features that makes ONTAP a game changer. NetApp ONTAP gives your organization unrivaled levels of data mobility. This means you can serve or have access to your data from pretty much anywhere you want. Want it on-premise? No problem. ONTAP runs on FAS and all-flash FAS storage arrays, or even on commodity hardware with ONTAP Select, which is the software-defined solution you can run in your own data center. If you have remote offices that don't require high-end systems but simply need fast access to shared data, or if you've got a need for ONTAP to ride along with your end users in self-driving cars, float around on cruise ships, you can run ONTAP at the edge. Leveraging technologies such as SnapMirror, FlexCache, and ONTAP Select. This will provide a more cost-effective solutions for those types of remote deployments. Finally, ONTAP has the ability to plug into a variety of cloud offerings. You can run ONTAP directly in the major cloud providers, use ONTAP NAS volumes as a managed service, or simply use the cloud to tier cold data for additional cost savings. So, we can see there's a great mobility of this data, but how can we make the best use of this mobility to protect our data? Well, in ONTAP 9.8, you can now replicate your on-prem snapshots from ONTAP systems to Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, or Amazon Web Services. This is a new feature known as SnapMirror Cloud. Previous versions of ONTAP had introduced us to a feature known as fabric pools, which also copied data to the cloud, although its use case was to provide a higher level of storage efficiency rather than data protection. There'll be more on fabric pools later in this presentation. SnapMirror Cloud, however, is a way to completely archive data to the cloud, and as per the examples here, this could be to another device within your private cloud, such as a storage grid object storage, or off out to one of the validated public cloud entities shown here. SnapMirror is NetApp's industry-leading replication technology. It can be utilized in a number of ways, such as disaster recovery for quick site failovers and fast resyncs back to primary when that's resolved, synchronous replication for up to the second copies of data on the remote site, and backup and archive use cases where you want to retain more snapshots on the destination than on the source. Now, with the updates in 9.8, SnapMirror is being extended into the business continuity use case. It has fast, easy, automated failover of synchronous SnapMirror relationships for an application level, granular data protection. Failovers using SnapMirror Business Continuity will be non-disruptive and will leverage the standard 2-node all-flash FAS or all-flash FAS all-SAN array clusters. SnapMirror's simple setup and replication makes administration easy by offering system manager and multiple application support. This solution is designed to be highly resilient by providing a mediator at a third location to prevent split-brain scenarios between the sites, and it also offers the same high performance provided by SnapMirror synchronous replication. The initial release will be SAN only, supporting Fibre Channel and iSCSI. The use of object storage is becoming fundamental to the scalability of today's large datasets and applications. Indeed, it underpins many of the services provided by the cloud hyperscalers and the applications we already use. NetApp already has a powerful, proven solution in NetApp Storage Grid. This has been successfully deployed at massive scale for a number of years. However, NetApp realized that as more and more people opt for a cloud-based architecture within their private clouds, Storage Grid may be overkill for many that had smaller capacity or complexity requirements. With ONTAP 9.8, it's now easier than ever to add object storage to your infrastructure by enabling a feature known as ONTAP S3. Now, from the same ONTAP platform that successfully delivers existing SAN and NAS protocols, it's possible for the same system to provide basic S3 object storage functionality. This is ideal for those smaller on-prem or edge-based use cases such as local fabric pool tiering or local application workloads. Storage efficiency features have become one of the key factors when considering storage vendors, and NetApp have for many years been leading the way with a variety of compression, dedupe and data compaction technologies, with even more enhancements packed into this latest release. Fabric Pool, with the ability to tier cold data blocks off to either NetApp Storage Grid or ONTAP S3 in the private cloud, or any of the public cloud providers shown here, has also received a couple of important updates in 9.8. Namely, the ability to use hybrid flash-based FAS systems as a source for hot tier. Previously, they were all flash FAS only. And also, the piece we covered in the previous slide, the ability to have ONTAP S3 as a target device. This enables fabric pools to suddenly become a lot more relevant to a much wider audience, as well as having the ability to have a smaller scale target that can use the new ONTAP S3 protocol. ONTAP 9.8 introduces some key evolutionary changes in how storage efficiencies work together. This will help to improve performance and data reduction ratios, and is known as temperature-sensitive storage efficiency. The system will differentiate between hot and cold data. In doing this, it will prioritize what methods are used to compress that data. For instance, if the data is considered hot, it will use an 8K compression group. If the data is considered cold, it will use a more aggressive 32K compression group to provide even more space savings on that data that can then be compressed. Also, by deduplicating this data before compressing, it will aid to improving the overall storage efficiencies further. The end result will be better data reduction ratios, better performance thanks to optimally sized compression blocks, and logical deduplication on that new data. Another great feature that's been enhanced in 9.8 is known as flex groups. Now, flex groups give you the ability to take the concept of a single namespace and spread this across multiple nodes in your cluster. Great if you have a need for linear performance or capacity scaling. Even if you don't start out with a flex group, you can convert a standard flex vol into a flex group at a later date. You can perform this as an in-place conversion without requiring a copy of data or additional disk space. The best news is, if you're a VMware vSphere user, 9.8 will allow you to provision a flex group volume as a VMware NFS data store, simplifying data store management with a single, scalable data store that provides the power and scalability of a full ONTAP cluster. Now, it's great that we have all of this capacity and performance at our fingertips, but managing all those files is already a headache. Thankfully, 9.8 introduces a file system analytics process, not an external application, but something built into the existing ONTAP system manager, giving you the power to gather real-time statistics on your NAS environment and present them graphically alongside other relevant details such as snapshots and data replication. So, with ONTAP 9.8, the key use cases for the file system analytics are around data discovery, including capacity usage, file and directory counts, activity trends, and the others shown on the screen here. In particular of use is the active and inactive data identification. If you need something a little more specific, you can leverage the REST APIs from within System Manager and use an external application to plug into that and give you the reporting that you need for a bespoke organizational use case. Bringing many of these new features together would normally be the perfect storm for creating a cluttered management interface. However, with ONTAP 9.8 the opposite is true. Over the previous few releases, NetApp have been refining the latest version of System Manager, making it more intuitive, ideal for IT generalists who may have a broad IT background that's not purely storage related. It also has a powerful REST API with dynamic dashboards for fault alerts and tracking, network topology diagrams, and performance charts, now with up to 1 year of data. Please note, if you're an existing user of System Manager pre 9.8, the classic view is no longer available as an option. So, in summary, 9.8 really does give you the scope to run and protect all of your workloads from the data center and out to the cloud. Its powerful feature set and updated management interfaces have been optimized for the latest all-flash and hybrid flash storage systems, and for software-defined deployments through ONTAP Select and NetApp Cloud Volumes ONTAP. So, whether your plans are private or hybrid cloud focused, NetApp really do have all the bases covered. I do hope you found this session useful. If you have a project or idea in mind for anything that you've seen, then please don't hesitate to ask a question or follow the links to get in touch with myself or a member of the SNS team to see how we can work together to help you build or enhance your data storage strategy moving forwards. Goodbye and thank you for watching.